Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise before you on a matter of collective and personal privilege. Looking back to last week's Committee of the Whole two-day hearings, I couldn't help but think that we've been had. Instead of having the information needed to aid us in our legislative work, mainly because some people in the panel of our resource persons who are in charge of the vaccine program were not forthright and honest in their responses to the questions raised by the members of this august chamber. Nevertheless, we find comfort from the wise words of Winston Churchill, who said, and I quote, "Truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, and ignorance may deride it. But in the end, there it is." Mr. President, I could not understand for the life of me why we are being kept in the dark when it comes to our price negotiations with Sinovac, while our neighboring countries could not be more transparent about it. Sure, our chief implementers have been invoking the confidentiality disclosure agreement, but what gives? In a statement released on October 14, 2020, by Indonesia's state-owned pharmaceutical company named PT Biopharma, it was confirmed by no less than the company's president and director, Honesty by Bashir, that they have sealed the deal with Sinovac Biotech at around 200,000 Indonesian rupiah, or $13.57, or 683 pesos and 30 centavos per Sinovac dosage once it becomes available. Even the Thailand government has been transparent in its negotiations with vaccine developers. Thailand Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha announced last week that their government is acquiring 2 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine from Sinovac. Based on the infographics posted by the Bangkok Post, which had gone viral hours after it was released, we see that Thailand was able to procure the Sinovac at $5 or 240 pesos per dose. Secretary Galvez, in his interview just this morning with ANC, quoted a Thai mayor who stated that they are, quote, ready to spend 100 million baht to buy vaccines for 70,000 residents if they receive permission to do so, unquote. He said that from these figures, Thailand's acquisition of the vaccine per dose would be $23.47. We pulled out the article to fact-check the validity of Secretary Galvez's figures. Unfortunately, somebody must advise him to reread and review the article carefully to see that the mayor of Nakhon Yala was not referring to any particular brand of vaccine, much less Sinovac. Going back to my previous point, Mr. President, Indonesia and Thailand were able to acquire the Sinovac at 683 pesos and 30 centavos and 240 pesos per dose respectively. Will somebody explain the 1,814 pesos and 75 centavos per dose, 29 pesos provided by the Department of Health to the Senate Committee on Finance during our budget deliberations late last year? Easily, I'm reminded of an old story about how corruption is committed in 3 Southeast Asian countries. Under the table, on the table, including the table.